did my research paper on poor level of education in the United States today. And this is obviously an issue because the statistics have shown that on average, American teenagers came in 15th in reading, 19th in science, and 27th in math. Also, only 2% of American students scored at the highest proficiency level, compared with 8% in Korea and 5% in Finland. And teachers obviously play an important role because they affect the students' academic performance level. And they're responsible for shaping young children's minds, which will affect the level of education one receives. And many people think that they have easier jobs because they have shorter hours and summer breaks. But in reality, they are doing jobs or work outside of their paid hours because they're grading papers and quizzes and stuff, and they're also staying after to help anyone who needs it. So they're receiving insufficient support for their leadership. But also, we need to consider the low quality teachers that are in the school systems today, because college applicants planning to go to schools of education scored in the bottom 1/3 on their SATs. Also, their combined mathematics and reading scores were 57 points below the national average. So, obviously we need to do something about this, and we need to raise the bar of education. So we need to attract more college students to teaching because the quality of teachers in the school system is low. And to do this, we need to create a broader spectrum of students attracted to it, and this is because many students want to look for jobs that will secure them financially, because obviously we have the recession today, and that's something to consider when picking your career. So we need to make it more competitive. And to do this, we need to compensate teachers accurately. Right now, teachers are being paid on average only $44,000 in the United States. But if you consider other countries, they're only being paid under $40,000. So you may think we're doing something right there. But if you compare the average college graduates, we're paying the teachers we're paying them 40% below the average. And other countries are paying them 13% below the average. So you may think, well, obviously we need to compensate them better, but a Harvard study did find that with a $75 million teacher incentive pay that targeted 200 high-need schools and distributed it pretty much fairly, found that it didn't increase the students' overall academic performance. But this was only 2 school years, and that's only showing the short-term results. And we need to consider the long run, because eventually we'll have quality teachers in the school program. So consider the long-term effects, because we will have better teachers in the school program after we compensate them accurately. So my mediation is to increase the average elementary teacher's salary to achieve this higher level of academic success, because it will attract more interest in the major, which will then create a more competitive program, and we'll have the best of the best in these jobs. Any questions? Yeah?
Where are you going to get all this money?
Well, I'm not sure about that, but obviously we have enough money to pay other jobs, so yes.
For your mediation to fall between 2 points of view, there has to be someone who's against improving education. Is anyone against improving education?
No, but that's like the problem, the poor level of education. There's people against paying the teachers more.
Okay.
Anyone else?
I had a question on your slide about the other countries. The first point was about how other countries are paying even less than our country, and then that last one, is that kind of to show that at least other countries are
They're paying like similar to other careers, college graduates careers, yeah.
Okay.
And we're not.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Are these college graduates that are in the teaching field or just in general?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, because obviously different occupations have different salaries.
Yeah, yeah, like it's comparing all college graduates' careers.
Would it have been maybe more fair to compare it with other college graduates who are also public servants? Because teachers are getting public funding more than anything, right? 'Cause you're probably comparing the really high-end jobs with private sector.
Well, I'm like comparing all the jobs in general.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, because a teacher's not a private sector job in most cases.
No, it's not,
So,
but it's still an important job.
yeah, but you couldn't just tell the United States to say, look, these other people need to get paid less. Like, the United States in general doesn't have anything to say about those higher paid jobs. But the teachers is just like, well, this is the money we have for you.
Yeah, either way, I just want them to be paid more. Yeah.
On your first slide, I think it was, you talked about proficiency and how the United States wasn't meeting the proficiency levels of other countries.
Yeah.
But was that like an independent study that set forth the proficiency, or like is it possible we're just holding ourselves to a higher standard?
No, I think it was off of the PISA, I think. I don't know, it's an international academic test. Yes.
I have a friend who just graduated to be a history teacher, and he's like applying for jobs and stuff in around Iowa, and like I guess he's saying that right now it is pretty competitive. I think he's saying that for a couple of the job openings, there's been at least a couple of like at least 100 applications for a couple of the jobs he's applied for.
Mm-hmm.
I was just wondering like how, I mean, if there's already a competitive field, like how is this going to help create?
I mean, I know when I thought about going into it, it wasn't that difficult. It was the least like competitive program, I think.
Competitive for men too.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said it's a lot more competitive for men to get
It depends on
jobs
if
than
it's
women.
elementary or not, because
Yeah, it's
they
on
need
that too.
more men in elementary schools because there's not as many men role models for
Yeah,
the upper levels.
there's just there's a lot more factors than just your friend and, broader United States. I feel like, raising the bar and paying more teachers would be awesome. I'd do teaching then.
Well,
But
and
right now,
I
wouldn't.
think part of your presentation is to how do we attract those high quality?
Yeah.
Not necessarily saying.
Yeah, just like attracting more people because
Mhm.
pay is a big deal, I guess, and it should be because you want to make a living.
It almost seems like you get a better quality of person to teach if you didn't pay them as much and they still wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be a good teacher.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if
My
we're
school district was completely overpaid, and they also
What's the better quality of people than
I
that?
think so, because as skilled, they are extremely.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna be a nurse.
Well, they gotta be a better person.
I can be amazing.
They wouldn't have to work, they wouldn't have to
Yeah, but I'd rather be a nurse.
Okay. So obviously, pay there's a ton of other variables
Yeah,
that go into
And like,
better education.
yeah,
but
I'm not
pay
saying
definitely-
like where I'm going to get the money,
Yeah.
how we would do this, but I
If they
just
were
think
needed done.
it needs to be done.